Once again, Chef Woodine here with something interesting to say. I was thinking, you know what? I don't know that aliens would really get our sense of humor. I don't even know if aliens have a sense of humor. So I'm trying to, figure, well, what would they would gather some information on the humor, and then they would all be in their like auditorium off on their planet somewhere. So as you got this alien dude, and he's at the auditorium, 500 other aliens out there in front of him, want to hear what he has to say. And it's probably just like any other auditorium when a guy gets up and talks. All these other alien dudes, they're sitting down there, they're reading the paper, eating Mars bars, and talking on their phones and stuff, like everybody else, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so this guy's up here, and he says, I want to talk to you about humans and their humor. The humans and humor, that's maybe we're like a galaxy joke or something. I could see that. Anyway, so they're all listening, So he goes through like, different types of jokes are told, stand-up comedians tell jokes. That's one type of humor, and then he goes on and on. And then he says, and here's a very odd humor thing for humans. He says there was this thing he saw on their computer system, and there was this guy in Taiwan or something like that. Anyway, I'm trying to make it short. So he's telling him about the guy in Taiwan on the motorcycle where he bangs into a car, and then he bangs into another car, then he bangs into a motorcycle, then he bangs into a bus, and then the guy gets straightened out and drives his bike through a barrier and into a hole. Him and the motorcycle, boop, there they go, down the hole. So and that was hilarious. So he's trying to explain it to all these other aliens in the auditorium, tell them, humans find this extremely funny. And they're like sitting there looking at each other, and they, well, we can't really relate to this. We don't know anything about humans. So he has to come up with something that, they can, like understand. He says, well, if you remember a couple of weeks ago, if you read the local news, there was that probe spaceship we sent out, and instead, it was supposed to make a right, and instead it made a left, and it flew into the sun. It flew into the sun. The whole crowd's there. I knew that guy. He's a moron. He says, now that's funny. It flew into the sun. Said, humans don't know funny. That's funny. Flew into the sun. Stupid ass.